Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics.
Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Curse.
The Favorable.
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
What's up, guys? This is NorbCam coming at you live. And it's an exciting day today, of course, because it is the release of the 2017 football schedule. And I'm here to talk about, of course, the Seahawks and our upcoming opponents, what we have in store for 2017. So what's going on, guys? Chime in if you got some comments. I'll try to get to them. First, I want to make sure that this is working because I want to make sure somebody's out there watching. Checking it out. Let's see. Oh, we got to make this public, y'all. Okay.
Hey, I'm Gary Payton at the Seattle Supersonics.
Jay Peter with the Seattle Mariners.
Jermaine Curse.
The Favorable.
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorbCam.
NorbCam.
You're watching NorbCam.
All right, what's up, guys? This is NorbCam coming at you live to talk about the 2017 Seahawks schedule just released, baby. Can't wait. Been looking forward to seeing how the whole 2017 season works out. So come on in, guys. Are you guys watching? I had a couple of false starts on NorbCam. There we go. Now we're happening. I don't know what happened there. I just didn't have the stream public or something. So what's up, guys? J, or Z, Sean, Jamie. All right, let's talk Seahawks schedule here. I'm going to jump right into it. It's just released minutes ago. And let's just kind of talk about one game at a time. Let's see how this is looking. And we'll kind of get your thoughts, my thoughts, and maybe have a special guest as well. So let's pull the schedule up and let's just talk about this thing, shall we? All right, here we go. The 2017 Seahawks schedule looks something like this. That's it. Let's get your let's kind of go through these one at a time. I'm going to, of course, do a prediction music video on the schedule. So I'm not going to go and break it all down in scores and kind of win-loss breakdown at this point. But I just kind of want to go through, just kind of get an overall bird's eye view of how this feels like. In the meantime, who we got here? Again, Sean, Jamie, thanks again. NASCAR Racing, Lyric Diner chiming in. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's look at this thing. All right. So first of all, what I love to look at first is primetime games. Primetime games. So if going back to the schedule again, let's look at this thing. So we got primetime games. Four primetime games, not bad. I think we had 5 last year. We went 4-1 on primetime. You know, with that freaking loss to the Cardinals in Arizona. Otherwise, we would have been undefeated in primetime. But 4 primetime games isn't bad. I'll take that. Seahawks under Pete Carroll like primetime. We have a great record in primetime. So kind of like that, the way that's looking right there. So, and then the bye coming in at week 6. You know, I think that's pretty good. You know, last year we had an early bye, I think in week 4, and that was one of those situations where we needed a bye that early in the season. Generally, I don't like an early bye because of the fact that you usually want to save it to later when you're dealing with injuries. But in this case, or last year's case, we had so many injuries right off the bat with Russell and the running backs and everything. We kind of needed an early bye. So week 6 isn't too bad. That's kind of, I like the fact that it does break up the 2 away games. So we're not back to back on the road one week after another. So the bye comes at a nice time. Otherwise, I do think it's a fair schedule in that other than the back to backs with the bye in between, it's pretty much alternating or at home. Because it's going to be away, home, away, bye, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away, home. That's nice. You know, that's a pretty fair schedule. I think they showed some mercy on us with that one. So let's kind of look at let's look at what makes this kind of interesting. What I don't like right off the bat is Green Bay. Playing Green Bay at Green Bay. The reality is this, guys. We're great against Green Bay at home. We're horrible against Green Bay at Green Bay. We haven't won in Green Bay since 1999. Okay. And we got torn up last year. A horrible game at Green Bay. So, yeah, that's going to be a tough one. But, you know, every year's a new year. So we'll see. But I'm actually glad that we're playing Green Bay early in the year when it's going to be nice and relatively warm compared to playing them in the middle of the winter. So no frozen tundra at Lambeau Field. So that kind of takes the sting off. I like the home opener against San Francisco. If I'm not mistaken, I think we had a home opener. No, we had a home opener against the Dolphins last year, but we played San Francisco early on as well. So that'll be our usual rival for NFC West matchup there. Then we go to Tennessee. By the way, my birthday falls right between those two. My birthday's on the 19th, so 2 days after the 49er game, I have my birthday, and then we're off to Tennessee. So Tennessee. Now this is an interesting one. I've been thinking about, a game to go to. I haven't been on a road game in a while. As some of you know, have been following me on here. I've been to a lot of road games, including Super Bowls and playoff games. And since Super Bowl 48, I am 0 for 6 in road games. It's not good, so it's sort of dampened my will to want to go out and visit the team on the road because I haven't been a good luck charm. However, my dad, and you've seen him on here, Kuya Burt, he's a huge Elvis Presley fan. And he's never been to Graceland. And he said, Norb, we got to go to Tennessee this year and watch the Seahawks and go to Graceland. Unfortunately, the two cities where Graceland is, which is in Memphis, and then the Titans, which is in in Nashville are like hours apart. It's actually 3 to 4 hour drive. So it's not exactly like right next door or in the same city. It's barely in the same state. So not exactly convenient, but I'm thinking this might be the one time that would work out perfectly to have a reason to go to that state for kill two birds with one stone. So fulfill a bucket list dream for my dad. So might have to go for that one. So that's will be an intriguing one at Tennessee. Can be more competitive than it would have been in years past. Tennessee Titans starting to show a little bit of life, potentially playoff material if they can kind of keep their stride going under Mariota. He had a pretty good season until he broke his leg. Kind of shot their playoff chances down the tubes. But we'll see how he bounces back and see how Tennessee comes back this time. What do we got here? Green Bay might be a challenge, says Sean. I agree. Jamie, what they did to us last time. Lyric Diner might be heading to the Seahawks-Giants game. NASCAR, we don't play on Thursday. I don't know if you're talking about your schedule. Seahawks, we do have a Thursday. I'm not a big fan of Thursday Night Football. I like when it's other teams. I don't like us playing on Thursday Night Football. Andrew Luck versus Russell Wilson Sunday night could be epic. I agree. It didn't go well. If I recall, the last time we played them a few years back, we had some rematch, some revenge. If O-line, Mario's cool FTW. If O-line plays well, I think Seahawks could go 14-2. If they play like last year, I think we can go 11-5. I'm not going to predict. Like I said, I'm not going to go win-loss on this. I want more time to soak this in, and I'll do a prediction video closer to the start of the season when I really break my prediction down to the wins, losses, and scores and all that stuff. But anyway, continuing along, yeah, that Indianapolis game will be cool, especially on prime time, the rematch of the 2012 draft class quarterbacks. Then we're to LA in October, and Rams play us tough, whether it be in St. Louis or in LA. They've just been a tough one. So hopefully we can get a win down there this time. And tempted to go down there for that game. That was a lot of fun going down to LA, and it's so darn close. So I might have to think about 2 road games this year. At New York Giants, playing at my favorite stadium outside of CenturyLink Field. I will always have the warm and fuzzies about MetLife Stadium, as you know, of course, because we won our first Super Bowl there and got to see it in person. So I will always enjoy my memories of that stadium. So look forward to that one. Of course, Giants stacking up. Defense of the Giants looking pretty good. If Eli Manning doesn't get in trouble for all this, whatever this whole deal with his merchandise gate going on. I don't know what's up with that. We'll see what happens there. And Houston, Texas coming to town. That's the team you don't see in CenturyLink very often. We'll see how those guys do with their quarterback situation and J.J. Watt coming back to play healthy on their defensive line. Could make things interesting for the Seahawks. Then we're home again against the Redskins with Kirk Cousins, who really doesn't want to be there. A lot of drama in that team. Hopefully those are games we can take care of. Then we go to Arizona, Thursday Night Football. Arizona, I still think, as much as I feel like they're on the downside of their peak and sliding, I still feel like Arizona's still the biggest threat to the division for us, and we're going to have to play them tough as always. And so getting that win in Arizona will be crucial, as last year we didn't get a win on them at all. We got a tie in Arizona, we lost at home. We got to change that. Because I know Arizona Animal out there somewhere lurking, ready to start trolling my side here, and don't want to have that happen there. So then of course, the Atlanta Falcons, the team that has done us in twice in the divisional round of the playoffs. And as you guys may have known by following last year, I had a number of live Skype conversations with Sports Live of the ATL, David, who fortunately had to suffer his own misery of having to experience that Super Bowl loss to the Patriots. So I will be looking forward to this game. And in fact, I'm going to try to get this guy on the line because David is planning to come up here for that Monday night game. And how are we doing here? Are we still rolling? Well, I see I'm like locked up. Hopefully I'm still broadcasting. Anyway, yeah. Am I still going? You guys still see me here? I'm watching my own screen and it looks like it's kind of frozen. So hopefully we're still good. Anyway, let's see if I can get David on the line here. And see if we can do this Skype deal, get him live on NorbCam. I'm doing this totally on the fly, guys. This is going to be not as high-tech as it usually is because I've got too many technological things going on live and everything, so I'm going to have to do it like old school, off the phone. So let's see, where is my Skype? I guess it would help to know where my Skype is. There it is. Let's see if I can get Dave on the line here. All right, here we go. We're going to try this out. You guys still there? My screen is frozen. I hope it's not frozen for you guys. Somebody let me know if this screen is frozen. And my allergies are kicking in. Boy, this is just going really good. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to video conference in Dave right now. My screen is frozen, but we'll see if this works. Come on, David. This is live TV. Don't let me down, David. David, there he is. What's up? What's going on, man? I have got you.
Let me get the volume. Make sure I got the volume set for you. Hold on.
This is live TV. This is live TV as fine as I'm broadcasting live on YouTube. I'm hoping the screen isn't frozen. I've got David, Sports Live in the ATL, diehard Atlanta Falcons fan, live on my phone doing a Skype here. And let's talk a little bit about this year's rematch. You know, I know let me ask you, I haven't talked to you in a while, Dave. How you doing, man? Are you over that Super Bowl loss, or does it still sting you?
Well, let me see. You're breaking up a little bit, so let me know if you can't hear me, okay?
I hear you just fine, man.
First of all, I'll give you some personal thing. I was out for a while. I almost got pneumonia. Yeah, so I had to do some antibiotics. So I was fortunate I caught that quick, or else I may not even be here. So, yeah. But let's look at the bright side. I'm here.
You are here.
No, I haven't gotten over the loss because first of all, it started March 23rd. Or March, what was it? The March 3rd, I kept hearing, hey, how's everything going on 3/28 or March 28th when it came up.
Yeah.
I recently had a birthday, April 3rd, so I'm older and wiser.
Happy birthday, man. Belated.
Thank you. When Matt Ryan started talking about how he dealt with the thing, and then the Patriots started coming out talking about their jerseys being stolen, and then the President's Day, it just brought it all back again, man. It sucks. It really stings. And like I told you, after that time, you never get over it, man. Just move on from it. But I'm ready to take them down. When we play them, week 7 in Foxborough.
Oh, so that's what it is. Week 7 is when you get the rematch with the Patriots?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the schedule, man. I don't like how it turned out.
Well, you guys were the NFC champions, and you know the schedule does not benefit the top dog, so you kind of reap what you sow. You know what I'm saying?
Disrespect it.
Yeah. Well,
but I'll answer the questions as you ask them. So go ahead.
All right. Well, you know, I kind of want to turn the page because I know you suffered a lot. We devoted an entire video about your feelings after losing that game, and you know we talked all about that, and you know, as you know, I was pulling for you guys to try to prevent the Patriots from winning another one, but you guys couldn't pull it together. But that's on the past. We're moving on now, and so let's talk about our plans for this upcoming game. So Seahawks-Falcons rematch. We get to go back to that chapter now, and it's going to be week 9.
11 on the 20th
November 20th. So before Thanksgiving, here in my house again. And I guess the twist of this one is prime time Monday Night Football for the nation to see. But to add to that, someone special is going to be in the house with me. Am I right there, David?
Yes, sir. I'm working on getting up there. Normally my job, even though I've been there about 10 years, normally they don't like us to take the Thanksgiving week off, but I'm going to talk to them very, very soon. Stress the importance of it. Work my butt off. Offer to do everything I can so I can have that week off to fly up to Seattle, party with you, Norb, invade that dump in Seattle.
Hey! Watch that!
Where it holds bitter memories for me. And honestly, it's a stadium that I really would love to see. And to hang out with you, most importantly, man, and rep my team against Seattle would be a great atmosphere. Get a chance to party around some of the places that you and Delia went to when she came up, and just to experience it. I mean, I could only compare it maybe to my trip to New Orleans and everything. So I'm excited about it, man. So I'll be keeping you in contact, and we'll make it happen, man. It'll be fun.
All right, bro. Well, I am looking forward to it. It's going to be great. I always love it when fans from other teams come up to visit, especially ones who I've had a chance to communicate with, just like with Delia and now with you. It's going to be great. So hopefully we'll work on how we're going to get the seating and the tickets all worked out. But either way, you're definitely going to be coming up. I'll show you a good time. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to get this live and get this on camera as the situation unfolds for the rematch.
And I want to give you a reason. And I want to give you a reason and a way to get your helmet back. For not that particular helmet, but I want you to get a chance to get something back from me.
Okay, well, we'll definitely talk wages and stuff as we get closer to that game, but I guess we got a few months away since we're like April, and that's not till November. So a lot of time to get things planned out, but it's going to be fun, man. I think it's going to be a great game, and I think it's going to be a very competitive game, knowing that the Falcons, assuming the Falcons don't have too much of a hangover from the Super Bowl, I think Seattle and the Falcons will have another close one, especially being in our house. So looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
If I can, just let everybody know, because I keep getting asked every now and then, I am no longer on YouTube, guys. So you guys can follow me, what I want through Norb and some of the chats that we might have during the season, and then the trip. So I just want to let you guys know that I had a great time on it, man, and everything. And I will say this, though, if I can, I'm not happy with the schedule because I don't like how they treat us. I don't like the fact that we're opening up on the road. I'm not so much worried about the Bears, but we deserve to open up our new stadium at home. I don't like the fact that we're playing. I heard you say something about you're happy that your schedule is alternated, that at one stretch we played 3 straight road games. I don't like that, and I think the Packers game at home should have been the one on week 1 unless it was Dallas. I don't like I do like the week 11 Seattle game because I did say I was hoping that we played mid-season, maybe week 8 to 11. I don't like the bye week. It's too damn early, week 5. And we played 12 games to end the season in a row. And I don't like that. But the last 4 games are against our division. So I'm happy with that. It's just, I felt like being so close to winning the Super Bowl, we deserved a little bit better.
Yeah, but we were, the same thing happened to us, though. When we were so close to winning the Super Bowl, too, we had to open up on the road, and we had a really rough, following season. So, I mean, to the victors go the spoils, but,
3 straight road games. Really? I mean, 3 straight road games?
Yeah, that's brutal. 3 straight is pretty brutal. I agree. That is pretty rough. But
good luck to Seattle, man, and I'll be watching the rest of your stream, and we'll keep in contact soon. And as I hear something finalized later in the year, I will hit you up, and we'll party up there in Seattle, man.
All right. David, sounds good. It's been great talking to you. Good luck once the season starts.
Dude.
What's that?
Jesus, God, what's all? You got mega nice. Oh, and one more thing. The Flames got swept in the Stanley Cup first round. Hawks are down 2-0. I can't catch a break, man. I can't catch a break.
Well, things will get better, man. Just we're glad to just be here on the planet to enjoy all this.
Yes, sir.
Right? All right.
Yep.
All right, man. I'm gonna go back to it, but thanks for tuning in. We'll connect again prior to the to our rematch. But be well, man. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, and you too. Go Falcons.
Yeah, go Hawks. All right. Talk to you later, bro. All right. So that was David live in the ATL on the stream. Sorry, my nose is running. I had sneezes, allergies. The weather is actually nice today. It's getting the best of me. I got nothing to blow my nose with, so I'm just kind of stuck sniffling away. But oh well, that's how it goes. All right, so like I said, me and David will be here in town. He'll be here in town with me to hopefully kind of watch the game together. Somehow we'll make it work and catch that game. It'll be fun. It'll be trash talking, friendly trash talk during the game, which I have never had that opportunity to actually be sitting right next to a rival fan. So that'll be a fun first. Okay, then we got to finish up the schedule here. So then we're at San Francisco, at Levi, and then Philadelphia. I'm gonna have to check to see if my girl Delia is gonna be coming back up for another whooping like they had last year. Got to go check on with her and see if that's in the cards for December. If so, we'll definitely have to meet up again, and that'll be like two fan meetups in the course of a couple 2-3 weeks there. So that'll be fun. She can come up again. Then at Jacksonville, our only 10 a.m. start, so I'm not going to complain because, heck, 10 a.m. start, not bad. And if you're going to have to have a 10 a.m. start, I'd like to have it against Jacksonville. That not to underestimate them or anything, but if you're going to have a soft landing zone, of all the teams we're playing, that's probably the softest one, right? So, but hopefully they'll still play their hearts out and do what they got to do and take care of business. All right, then the Rams come to town December 17th. That'll always be fun. We finally beat those guys at home. Hopefully we'll do it again. Then it'll get interesting, December 24th, because it's the Cowboys, baby. And I was hoping we'd play them in the playoffs this past season. Didn't happen. But this could have been the matchup that we would have seen. And so I'm looking forward to seeing a regular season game against Dallas in Dallas. My brother-in-law is a diehard Cowboy fan, so it'll be fun to have an inter-family rivalry rooting against those guys. And then, of course, finally against the Cardinals at home New Year's Eve. And again, hopefully by that time we'll have the division locked up and things in the bag. If not, maybe we're playing for the division win on that last game. But definitely the schedule is very interesting. It's going to be hard. I won't lie to you. These are all teams that are on the rise. Oh, man. Killing me. The Rams are improving. The Giants, are going to be tough. The Houston Texans should be better. The Redskins, Indianapolis should be better. Tennessee's going to be better. 49ers are moving in the right direction, though they still got some work to do. Philadelphia is definitely moving in the right direction. A lot of good pickups there in the offseason. Dallas, they're tough. What can you say? They're just tough. Falcons, they're going to be tough. Arizona, Green Bay, they're all tough, man. But then I'm sure they're looking at us thinking we're going to be tough. So it's all a matter of how healthy we can stay and what productivity we get from our running backs and our line and the Sherman situation and Russell, if he can stay healthy and not get off to a rough start like he did last year where he was pretty much hobbled from the get-go. So that's it, guys. That is the schedule. It's kind of fun to see it now. They're starting to make plans. And like I said, if I'm going to hit any road games, it's most likely week 3, going to Tennessee, and possibly 2 weeks later, going to Los Angeles. That's probably the most likely places I'd go. Maybe that Dallas game would be. I've always been interested in checking out that humongous $1 billion stadium down in Dallas. That would be fun to actually see that game. But most likely, those two I mentioned, Tennessee and the Rams, are what I got circled right now, and we'll see how things play out. All right, so going back to some of these napkins or dish out. No, I don't got any. I have to leave the room to go get some. Oh well. Sometimes you're equipped and sometimes you're not. Anthony Brown, let's just read a few of these comments, work my way back up. Angry Burger from Tennessee. Jesse Rodriguez, rough year for you guys. Not every game is a gimme win. There's never a gimme win. Heck, I'm not even consider Jacksonville a gimme win. It's just, you think you win them, but it'll never play out the way you expect it to. It just never will. Let's see. Angry Burger is going to the Green Bay game and the Titans game and the Giants game. Wow, quite the traveler there. That's cool. Going to Green Bay. I hadn't even thought about that. I just feel like I feel like it would be a very expensive trip, an expensive ticket to try to get a hold of, but we'll see. Anthony Brown has the Seahawks going 14-2. Whoa, I like the optimism. I like it. Let's see. What else? Bricio Reyes wants to know, when is training camp? Training camp is, when is it? It's late July, early August. So right before season starts going. So I think it's late July. Yeah, late July, early August. I'll definitely be broadcasting from there. Oh, well, actually, they don't really let you tape out there, but yeah, do my best. Let's see what else we got. Quentin D. I hope the Seahawks get a perfect season. Well, every year we always would love that. The thought of that happening. It's a pretty tough thing to call. I just want to win the NFC West. You just got to take care of your division, and then secure that home field advantage. I know it's going to probably take 13-3 to do it. 12-4 maybe, depending on how the top teams go. But I haven't obviously looked at all the other teams' schedules, but look at the teams we're playing. We're all playing NFC tops playoff teams here. We're playing Green Bay. They were in the playoffs deep. We're playing the Falcons, NFC champions. We're playing Dallas, made it to the NFC divisional game. Philadelphia's on the rise, even though they fell apart late. The Giants. All these teams are teams that are on the move up. So it's not going to be an easy stretch for sure. It's party time too. What's up, sexy? Roy White. Hawks though definitely have a good chance of making postseason. Oh, they've been every year, so there's no reason to think that they shouldn't. And I know that last year was just a bad season with injuries. We had every running back had an injury. Russell Wilson had an injury. It was the line couldn't be any worse. The offensive line couldn't have performed any worse, and our running backs and quarterback couldn't have been hobbled any worse. So you put all that together, there's no way we're going to be, knock on wood, as bad just health and performance-wise as last year. We were like one of the worst teams rushing. That's going to be better this year. Juan Truth 1010, going to my first Seahawks game. I want to meet you. All right, let's do it. Just tell me which game you're going, and we'll try to do a meetup, all right? I try to offer that to anybody who wants to come out. I'm in section 331, row U, 1617. You know where to find me. Roy White, as a Pats fan, I have to ask because everyone always thinks we have an easy schedule. What do you think of ours? Well, that's a really good question because I haven't even looked at the Patriots schedule. Can I pull that up? Let's see if I can pull off a little trick here. Let's check it out. I'll tell you this much while I'm looking this up. The thing about New England is no fault of theirs that your schedule is, quote, easy. It's not that it's easy. It's just that you guys play in a relatively weak division. And, when the division is weak, that means half your games are going to be easy because you play every team in your division, twice. And so if they're weak, generally you're going to have a pretty good run on them. In fact, you guys were pretty dominant. And, whoa, where'd it go? There it is. Where is that stinking schedule? Well, there you guys are. So you guys play is this right? Am I looking at the right thing here? I think so. Yeah, so you play the Chiefs, Saints, Texans, Panthers, Buccaneers, Jets, Falcons, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Dolphins, Bills, Dolphins, Steelers, Bills, Jets. You do have an easy schedule. I just keep seeing Jets on there, Bills multiple times, which of course is the whole reason. The tough teams that you're going to be playing, Chiefs will be tough. Panthers, depends on what kind of Panther team shows up this year. Buccaneers, they're tough to figure that team out, but they could be tough as well. Falcons, as you know, that thing was down to the wire. Broncos will be tough. Raiders could be tough in Mexico City. Miami Dolphins, Steelers will be tough. So, you got about half of your schedule is pretty tough there. But, I look at ours and I feel like almost every single one of those teams is, with the exception of maybe the 49ers this year and Jacksonville, the Rams are weak against a lot of teams, but for some reason they're always tough on us. I can never figure that one out. But, yeah. So that's the Patriots schedule. I'm not going to go through and analyze every team's schedule here, but I just had to look at our reigning Super Bowl champions and just see what they had in store. But, yeah, it helps to have a weak division, and, for us, even last year, the NFC West was relatively weak in the sense that 49ers were horrible. The Rams were pretty terrible. and the Cardinals had an off year, so they were really, except against us, they had their way with us more or less. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let me see a few other questions here. When will you make your new prediction video? I generally do it a little bit closer to the start of the season, kind of near the beginning part of summer, but just to kind of have something to launch into the start of the season. So yeah, probably somewhere midway through preseason, I want to save it up and build up the hype, because we're all excited about the schedule now, but come for the next 2 months, we're all going to kind of chill out and cool, and then we got to get back up when training camp and all that starts. But it's coming. The Rams suddenly looked like a playoff team against the Seahawks. I don't know why. I live in St. Louis and I always saw them look good 2 weeks out of the season, says Roy White. Well, that was the case until last year, because we did beat them at home. We just lost them away, and we should have won that game. But again, that was coming off the injury, and we just played horrible that game. What was that score of that game? It was like 13-6 or something. It was we didn't score no touchdowns in that game. That was terrible. I was sweating like a pig in that stadium. So hot that day. The Angry Burger. Can we meet in Tennessee? Yeah, man. I'm sure. I know there's gonna be a lot of Seahawks fans down there, so I think no problem. We can definitely make that happen. Allergies killing me. Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl this year? Adam Chandler wants to know. Boy, it's tough to pick against the Patriots because they're so darn good, and they just, they look stacked again. Off-season has been a good one for those guys. So I'm still praying and hoping for my Seahawks to be in a Tom Brady Patriots Seahawks rematch. I want that rematch before Tom Brady retires. I want a rematch between Russell and Tom Brady. I want to get that. So I feel like we've got about a 4 or 5 year window maybe before Tom Brady retires, depending on how things go. So I'm always going to be rooting for my Seahawks. I think we're still in the prime of our core guys, assuming Richard Sherman is still with us coming this year. But we got to do it soon because things are changing quick, especially with the Legion of Boom. I don't see those guys all staying together past this season, just because it'll be tough to pay all their contracts and everything. So we kind of have to make it happen this year or next before things start to really change. And, obviously we'll be adapting and switching things out. But as the team as it is right now, I'd love to see another, with this version of the Legion of Boom, win another ring. So I'd love to see it happen this season, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Baller number 0, do you think you need beast mode right now at this time with the Seahawks team? The beast mode's really been out of the equation for a while, man. I mean, it's like we've moved on from him since last year, and we've built our salary and our draft picks based on him not being here. So him suddenly showing up, not having played for a year and a half or how long it's been, it's just kind of an odd situation. I think if it had been different, if we had planned for the possibility of him coming back, maybe there'd be a case. But I just don't think it's gonna. It wouldn't be a fit. I mean, we have to move forward with who we got, and I believe in Rawls, in Lacey, and in what's his name, Tutu. I'm blanking. You know what I'm saying? Help me out, somebody. You know what I'm talking about. Procise. Between Procise, Rawls, and Lacey. I like that trio. Not to mention we got other guys behind them too. Lots of reserves back there. And so I feel like with those guys can stay relatively healthy, we're going to have a kick-butt running game. So I'm fine that Lynch wants to come back and play with the Raiders, but I'm not missing that he won't be on our team this year. Believe me, I miss the days of him being with us, but things have just kind of had to change since then. So that's how it is. Who's my favorite Angry Burger? Who's my favorite player on the Seahawks? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. On offense, I got to go with the Russell Wilson because that's an easy pick, but he's the man, And on defense, I still wear it. My number 31, Cam Chancellor, until he's no longer a Seahawk. He's my guy. I think he's the identity. He's the He's the enforcer, the guy who puts the boom in the Legion of Boom in the defense. Let's see a few more. How are we doing here? Yes, you guys are still watching. This is a long video. But you guys are more people watching now than they did in the start, so I guess I'll keep answering questions. Do I like the Deion Jordan and Luke Jokel signings, asks Tom Payne. I do like them because, you know, the Luke Jokel he was expensive, but that was kind of the market for offensive linemen this offseason. They were all expensive. I mean, look how much Russell Okung made, man. Guaranteed lots of money. Was it $20-something million? It was crazy. And so Luke Jokel was probably the best option we had at the time. And yeah, he didn't work out very well. He was kind of considered a bust. But I look at it this way. He was a first-round pick, and he didn't live up to that expectation. We're not expecting first-round material from this guy. We're just expecting a guy who's got pretty solid veteran presence and something better than what we've had. And really, how can we do much worse than last year? So I think he will be an upgrade. You know, may not be a world beater, not going to be Walter Jones or anything out there, but I think he'll be better, and better than last year is going to be good for us. So yeah, it might be a little expensive, but it was kind of all we had. So I do like that. Yes, thank you for the pro size. I think sometimes brain just. Tom Payne, this season is a bust because we have Blair Walsh. Don't count him out. I think this will be a comeback year for both Hauschka and Walsh. They both had rough years last year. I think they'll be both better. Mark my words, they'll be better this year. EA Mobile God, are you going to make a playoff prediction music video? Yes, I said that a little bit earlier. I'll do it sometime during around training camp time, preseason, as the regular season approaches. But yes, I definitely will. This is going to be a fun one. Roy White, do I think LA will have even emptier games this year? It depends how they play. Winning begets crowds, and so if LA comes out of the gate stinking, they're going to lose their fan base real quick. But with the new coach and all that stuff, who knows? They might be they might turn things around, at least to the right direction. Kind of to a certain degree bummed that Eddie Fish, what's his name? Coach Fisher's not there anymore because he was always tough with us, but it's like he never won with the Rams. He was always sub 500 with the Rams. So you kind of like the fact that Jeff Fisher and the Rams were always kind of like down there, even though they gave us fits. They were never really a threat to taking us over. But who knows? Maybe a new coach will be a different situation. Man, a lot of your comments coming in flying now. Here, Kitty X, what about Hard Knocks? They're going to be focusing on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe, this year. So that could be interesting with some of the characters there, especially their quarterback. Jameson, being one of the central figures. That could be interesting. I'm glad they're not doing it. I like Thursday night. It's kind of like Thursday Night Football. I like watching other teams on there. I just don't need to see mine, because I don't think it helps. I don't think it helps the team. It might help them in terms of publicity and things like that, but I don't think it makes the team any better to have, such coverage like that. So yeah, I'm happy with Tampa Bay having it. And just like games in England and Mexico, I'm fine with the other teams having it. Just don't take away from my games. I want to watch my games in person. But yeah, so that's what I think about. So I'll think about that. Let's see. Do you think the Seahawks O-line will get off on a good start or be slow to develop like seasons past? It says Bruiser 1129. Seahawks O-line, as I said earlier, I think they will be better this time because, once again, we do have some rotating parts. We are changing out a couple of guys. We don't have Gilliam. He went to the 49ers. So, but we do have three pieces for sure that are staying. We've got Glowinski, Justin Britt, and Jermaine Ifedi. That's three. That's more than half of the linemen are going to be there who were there last year. And so I like that. We got the centers going to be consistent. I think left guard, Glowinski will probably still be at that position, and then how they play the rest of it. I'm guessing Ifedi's going to move maybe to right tackle, And then that's where we work in the 2 veterans in there. Jokel on maybe left tackle, and the other guard that we picked up maybe on the inside there. So, and I forgot to talk about Dion. The other question was about the guy we signed from the Dolphins, another draft bust. I like that for us because he had injuries, he had substance abuse issues. Perfect. We seem to do well and tend to attract guys like that. But usually guys when we get like that who have issues, those issues don't tend to show up when they're with Seattle. Marshawn Lynch had issues at Buffalo before he came here. Frank Clark had that controversial domestic situation before he got drafted, and I haven't heard one thing negative from Frank Clark. So I think this could be a good, second chance type of situation for him. Reese Odiambo, there's another one who's so you got to have depth. So there's always gonna be those depth guys. It's just kind of a question of who's gonna be kind of fighting for the starting position. But I got to have the Odiambos, and name escapes me. The other guard that we picked up in the offseason. Hey, nose, killing me. Not Seahawks related, but what do you think about Aaron Hernandez? It's a pretty sad situation, obviously. I mean, everybody's kind of been talking about it, who's been following that story, but it kind of reminds me, that's like the extreme version of guys, not unlike Trevon Boykin, who had his little issue, a few weeks ago with the whole getting in a car wreck with the girl who was driving, who was under the influence of something, and then being caught with the marijuana on him. Aaron Hernandez, he had it all. I mean, if he could have just stayed the straight and narrow, that dude had, $40 million contract set. He was set for life with a career that looked to be as dynamic as Gronkowski's could have been. And instead, he led a life that just was going to take him down a path that was not going to not going to end up well, and that's what happened. So it's just sad when you see, people, a lot of players who seemingly have just these amazing opportunities and wealth of talent and wealth opportunities, throw it away because of decisions that they make. And so hopefully other players can learn from that and keep themselves out of trouble, because it's just, you look at it, it's just a shame, man. I heard, I don't know how official this is, but I heard something about that, this could just be a rumor, I'll have to check this out. I heard it on the way over here, but I heard that there's something about the fact that his committing suicide while his case was under appeal negates the sentence, and potentially then his daughter could still get paid from the Patriots from his contract. I don't know. I have to look into this, something that you guys should check out, because if that's the case, maybe that's the reason he did it, because he figured one last good thing he could do is find a way to get money to his daughter, who he leaves behind. So I have to see if that's a deal or not. But but no matter how you slice it, it's a tragic situation. So it's unfortunate and ironic that it happened on the day that the Patriots visited the White House. Hopefully we'll get a chance to visit the White House again sometime. That would be really fun. Juan Truth 1010, I believe Russell Wilson will win us another Super Bowl. I agree. I mean, he's got a lot of years ahead of him with this team, and I think he will be only a Seahawk his whole career, hopefully, and hopefully between now and the time he retires, he'll have a few trophy cases, full of Lombardi trophies, you know what I'm saying? So, Odeo Bushi, that's the one. Thank you, Wampit Gaming. Let's try to remember that. Man, just a lot of good stuff here, guys. I think the Seahawks draft that safety out of UConn, says Tom Payne. They love him. They also like Zach Banner from USC and Cooper Kupp from Eastern Washington. There's so many good backs in this draft. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they play this, but it's good because we need it, especially depending on the Sherman situation, but we're going to need it anyway because Deshaun Shedd, his injury and all that. So we need depth and we need help at that corner. So it's going to be a good potential draft for us. Okay, a couple more here before I wrap this up. Tom Payne about Gary Gilliam leaving. Yeah, it's a weird situation there. I mean, Gary Gilliam went to the 49ers, I think, getting paid around $2 million, something around that realm, and Seattle chose not to match it. I think there was just something that was not right with the Seahawks and Gilliam, because he sat a few games last year. He was supposed to be our left tackle to start the season last year. Then he got moved, to right tackle, and then he got benched. I mean, it was just not a good situation for him. It certainly didn't play out the way they'd hoped to. So something happened. I don't know if it's just the way he practiced, the way he performed, underperformed, or whatever, or was an attitude thing. But clearly, it wasn't right through the season. But I think if those guys obviously would have felt he was doing, was worth keeping, they would have paid him that money, because it wasn't a lot, but because they still could have kept him. But I'll just always remember Gilliam as the guy who caught the fake field goal to keep us in the game when nothing was going right in the NFC Championship game against the Packers at home, in the miracle game, which I'll always cherish. That was the game that gave us the only score until the comeback happened. So he will always have a positive memory in my book for his being here. What else we got? Going down here. The Angry Burger, will you ever make a Madden video? And if you do, can you play with me? That was my plan. I've only done one Madden video, and that was the Super Bowl simulation. But I had planned to do more, and I still will. And I'm hoping to do a bunch of, eventually once I get my skills up, to do some matches online and do like a live stream of a game. I think that'd be a heck of a lot of fun. So keep the lookout on that, guys. And if you guys are interested, we'll kind of keep things going and figure out a way how we can, do a hookup that way. All right, I think I'm going to wrap this up, because I can't believe this video is going on for almost an hour. You guys are still watching. That's just crazy. Final questions. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to know? Final questions I'd like to hear. I'll answer 3 more. If it's something I haven't answered yet. One Truth 1010, is there still going to be a NorbCam app? Oh yeah, I mentioned that before. Actually, that does bring me to a point I wanted to let you guys know. I am working on the app, but for now, I do have my website is up and running, and it's pretty cool because it's got videos on there and pictures and other things like that. A convenient way to watch the videos I'll put together outside of YouTube. But what I'm really excited about is I've launched my NorbCam merchandise store in the website. So at NorbCam.com, you can go there, and I've got different products coming up, but namely I've got the NorbCam socks. They are here and ready to ship, so you guys can have your very own NorbCam socks. They're ready to go, and you can order all that stuff online and get it shipped to you pretty quick. So I also have my DVD from the 2015 season that you can order on there, and then I've got NorbCam caps on the way, which won't be here till May, but you guys can already pre-order it, and then they'll be shipping in May. So I got t-shirts coming. It's gonna be fun. I got some great fun ideas to want to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys will like them and want to grab some of that stuff. So check it out, NorbCam.com, and take a look and let me know what you guys think of the site. All right, couple more questions I was going to answer. Cam Robinson, yes. Where did I get that Cam Chancellor bracelet? Oh, this is a product I actually got from my buddy over in Germany who does Soul-Made socks, but he, and you can see that, this is Brace, BRAYCE is the company that makes this bracelet. So check it out, BRAYCE. But he's the one who hooked me up with this thing. So, but check it out, BRAYCE. All right. Kevin King, is he really that good? I watched him with UW, and I liked what I saw with him. So I think he fits he does kind of fit what we could be looking for. So maybe the Seahawks would give him a shot. I think it'd be cool to get another local UW product in there. Richard Sherman for Malcolm Butler. No, that's not going to happen. In fact, I think the Patriots already signed Malcolm Butler, so that is not going to happen. I don't think Richard Sherman at least I'm hoping, that Richard Sherman will not get traded this season. I think it's just a lot of talk, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right, almost done here. How do you think Thomas, Bruiser 1129, how do you think Thomas and Lockett will be post-injury? Well, what do I think and what I hope for are two different things, or maybe they're the same thing. But my hope is that because they were both broken legs, I think Lockett's was a lot more nastier compound break than Thomas's was. I don't know anything about broken legs, I've never had one, but from what I've read, it's a lot easier to recover and heal back from a broken leg than it is, say, like a torn ACL where you get all that massive ligament damage. So I'm hearing that those guys are on pace to get back in time for the season. So how they'll be, will their speed be affected? We'll see. But we've seen other guys who've come back from broken legs. Heck, we saw Paul Richardson come back, and that guy's killing it out there. So he came back from a couple nasty leg injuries. So I think they'll be good. They're young. I think they'll bounce back just fine. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see Thomas and Lockett back out there, man. We missed those guys when they came out. I mean, that could have made the difference, all the difference in our run in the playoffs, not having those two. They were both so key. Speed kills, Tom Payne, Kevin King is good. Buda Baker is better. Yeah, Buda Baker is a beast. What do I want for the first round pick? Man, that's a tough one. There's so many good guys out there. I guess I'm leaning towards corner. That's all I can say at this point. We'll see. I'm going to do a little bit more of a closer coming up here, a little bit more of a draft breakdown. But I'm hoping for a corner in that first pick. I will be at the draft party, by the way, for those of you who are interested. And I'll be broadcasting from their live. Seahawks are having a draft party live at CenturyLink. And I'll be broadcasting, see if Seahawks actually make a trade or if they actually pick up a guy on that first round, or if they make any whatever moves. I'll be there to bring it to you. So watch for me on NFL Network as well as on my streaming on YouTube. So it'll be fun. It's getting interesting. Will Eddie Lacy have a good season? I think he's got every motivation to have a good season. Keep the weight down, be productive. You're going to get paid a lot more money. And it's a one-year deal, which I think is great because he's playing for that next contract. So if the guy wants the life after the Seahawks or maybe another year with us, he's got to make this year count. So I like it. I think it's a great one, and I think it's going to be good motivation for Procise and Rawls to kind of keep competing, to keep their spot on the field. All right, last question. I keep saying last question. Seahawks bring in 3 kickers for training camp. Should they have re-signed Hauschka? In the end, Blair Walsh may very well be just as good as Hauschka because he was pretty solid the first season before things kind of went south for him. And bottom line is he was cheap. He was less than $1 million, whereas Hauschka was, I think, a couple $1 million to get him. So financially, and the fact that he didn't have the great year last year kind of made it an easy move for those guys not to re-sign him. So, I think Walsh could do just as good a job as Hauschka if he can get back into his previous season form. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. It's always funny when you're rooting so hard against a guy, and then next thing you know, they're on your team. So you have to suddenly take that. I hated and rooted so hard against this guy at a certain point, and now you have to put all your energy into, you can do it, So it's always a weird thing. Once your enemy, suddenly now it's your ally, just like the real world sometimes. Really corner, and why not wait for a great corner to drop? I don't know. I feel that need badly that we've got to have that. And I know it's so easy to say we should, pick up another O-lineman, even defensive line, but man, I just feel like I'm not feeling settled in our secondary situation right now. So I guess that's why I'm feeling a little antsy. Like they got to get somebody good up there in this, in this situation. But we'll see. Beast Mode 24. Hey, good to hear from you. What's going to happen to Boykin this season? God, that's a really good question. I don't know what his situation is with as far as the consequences of his arrest and all that, if there's even a chance they'll keep him on the squad, or if, how much that affects him just even being able to be on the team versus, whether they, even want to keep him on as a backup. Don't be surprised if the Seahawks look for a backup in the draft. I don't think this helps his case any. And so it would have been nice for him to get another year of experience, but at the same time, the reason the Seahawks didn't take Russell out for a few games when he got that injury is because I don't think they had any faith in Trevon Boykin that he could keep the team going. So who knows? Maybe there's a better option for him out there, but he certainly gave the Seahawks another reason to look elsewhere. So, Navot Singh, have you seen Eddie Lacy's recent Instagram picture? He looks good, pretty skinny. All right, I will take a look. Bottom line is it's what he does out in the field. Excuse me. Do you think it's time to get younger on the D-line? Well, I think we definitely need to pick up some guys on the defensive line for sure in this draft. You got to keep restocking the ammo. We got Frank Clark and Reed. So any more in the draft? Well, yeah. Well, Frank Clark, defense, rush specialist on the edge. Reed is great, but yeah, we could still always use depth. Depth is the thing that people forget about. That's what made us so good in our Super Bowl run in 2013, 2014. Was we had such depth because everybody was so all signed to their cheap contracts. So our line, we had fresh guys rotating in, like 2 lines worth of depth that we had fresh bodies, and they were all good, in rotation, one after another. And, that's one of the things that made our defense so solid. We had a line that we could just kind of keep rotating guys in. Now it's just so much thinner. You got Averill and Bennett playing a lot more snaps versus before they played a lot less snaps, yet we didn't lose a step because, we have Chris Clemens in there and can't remember all the other names, but just we had such great line play and depth that made it easier on the secondary, because of that. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been an hour. This is the longest video ever. How hard is our control R? How hard is our schedule? A+ through F. I guess if A+, I assume what you mean is if A+ is the easiest and F is like the worst schedule, I assume is what you mean. I would probably have to call this I guess I'd call it a C. Right smack in the middle, because it's not an A+ would be like a waltz through the park. F would be like the hardest schedule ever. It's a C. It's smack in the middle. Maybe even a B-. I guess I'd give it a B- because I think the way they laid the schedule out and how they alternated home and away games is very fair. It's just more of a C because of the fact that we're playing really tough competition. But that's a good thing. You don't want to have a cupcake schedule, really. So having it like this is actually, it's good for the team, and you want to, you want the competition to be good. That way when come playoff time, you are tight and solid, and you're playing up to the competition. All right. Do I miss Red Bryant? I do miss Red Bryant. Red was such a great leader on the defense, and I just loved the way his interview sounded. He sounded like, he sounded kind of like a big African American Forrest Gump when he talked. That's one of the things I think was cool hearing him talk. Was just I can't imitate him. I don't have it in my head right now, but it was like listening to Forrest Gump, but a big black version. So yep, it was too bad when he had to leave, but it's just the same way. Just like when we lost Mebane, it was sad to see him go too. But that's life, the business of NFL. Tom Payne, should the Seahawks fire Pete Carroll and bring back Dan Quinn? Oh, you're just getting questions to just get everybody all riled up. First of all, it's not going to happen. Dan Quinn's not going anywhere. He's bringing that program up in Atlanta. He's going to be there for a while. Carroll will retire before the Seahawks ever get a sniff of firing him, unless, some crazy end of the world type thing happens while he's here, but I don't think so. One thing I actually thought about, and I don't know if people are thinking much about it, but, Pete Carroll is the oldest coach in the league, and he's not getting any younger, even though he's got a lot of energy and he's, still got, runs around like he's 20 years younger than his age actually is. At some point, he's gonna just be too old to coach anymore. He's gonna want to just retire and take it easy. And I think the day he announces when that's going to be, it's going to be kind of a blow, because I think it's just going to suddenly happen. And like, what? He's what? Retiring? It'll just kind of. I don't think it'll be any particular thing. My guess would be if he hits. My guess would be if he wins like 2 more Super Bowls, like in the next 5 years. That he would probably retire. That'd give him 3. I would think that would probably be enough for him to feel like he's accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. But that's just me. I'm just thinking, the guy's 70-something, I think, right? I mean, he's going to be 80, sometime in the next several years. I just can't see him going much longer. But we'll see. The guy's got like the fountain of youth going on, so who knows? He might shock us all and coach for another 10 years, but that would be a shocker. Belichick is older, I thought, by a year. I don't have to check that. I thought until what's his name, the Giants head coach, who's now the Jaguars manager, Tom Coughlin. He was the oldest guy, I believe, but now I think Pete Carroll is the oldest one. Boy, one more question really turned into a lot longer, didn't I? How much do you think Jimmy Graham will contribute this year? I'm just going along with this. 2 more minutes. I'll stop when this feed is at 110. All right. Jeepers creepers. How will Jimmy Graham do? Well, he's been productive. He got hurt the previous year, but he had a good season last year. And, again, when the line started underperforming and having struggles, they had to keep tight ends in to block. And Jimmy Graham, 1, he's not the greatest blocker in the world, but 2, once you have a wide receiver, essentially tight end, having to stay in and block, we're not maximizing his skills. So again, we go as the run game goes. So I think if our running game is even just half better than what it was last year, because we were like ranked number 25 in the rush last year. So if we move that up to where we were usually top 10, so if we even get somewhere halfway in between to top 15, which I think will be better than that, I think we will be back in the top 10. Suddenly that will open things up for everybody else. That's just the nature of how it goes. It's been the nature of Seahawk football since Pete Carroll has been here. So I think that's what's going to happen. And then things will get opened up for Jimmy Graham and everybody else. So you just watch. It will happen. Will I be doing another rap battle with Philadelphia? Heck, we are playing again. I'm sure she'd be down for it. I'm sure she's probably, well, that's going to be later in the season, so we'll know how we stand at that point. But I'm sure right now she's probably, like the rest of Philadelphia Nation, feeling pretty optimistic about their team. Had a pretty good offseason with pickups with receivers, and just seemed like they overhauled and got a whole lot of talent. So Philadelphia could be tough with Carson Wentz having a second year now coming in. Could be a tough team. It'll be fun. I hope that game matters. I hope we're both near tops in our divisions battling it out. That'll be fun. It'll make the rap even more, valuable. All right, 1 more minute. Andrew Placentia, how many games do I think we'll lose? I'm not going to go there yet. I'll do that when I do my song, and I'll break it down at that point. But let me just say, I do believe we are going to win the NFC West this year. So whatever the minimum is to make that happen, you can pretty much kind of guess what I think we're going to get. Bring back Percy Harvin. No, Percy's done. Stephen Gott, please do more rival videos. Yes, I know I've didn't get to do as many as I wanted to. It's been busy, but yes, I want to bring back more of those too. So I will. That's on my to-do list this year. That's 110. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. I said I would, and it's time. All right, Kevin Vo, shout out to you. Last one. All right, that's it, guys. Keep watching. I'm going to continue to do more videos between now and of course with the draft next week and everything. So maybe a little surprise song before the draft. I'm working on something. So keep tuned in. Please subscribe to NorbCam if you haven't yet. And please check out my website. Again, it's NorbCam.com. And you can check out all the cool stuff I have in there. Give me feedback, what you think. And you can join the mailing list of NorbCam.com and get exclusive emails and stuff like that. So you'll know about when things like this come out. NorbCam socks. You can get them, make these your own. All right. So check it out. NorbCam.com. Woo! All right. Thank you guys. It's been fun. This went way longer than I thought, but I'm cool. I'm glad you guys hung around to do it. That's it. It'll be fun. It's gonna be fun season, fun off season, fun season ahead. Can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. All right. That's it. Talk to you guys soon, and go Hawks, baby. And somewhere in here, I gotta sign off. I forgot what button I have to push. Oh yeah, go Hawks. Talk to you.